Hey, what's up? Stephanie, the English coach here from EnglishFulltime.com. Today, I want to give you a strategy for learning and improving English on your own in just 5 minutes a day. It's super effective. It's also quite addicting, but that's a good thing because you don't want to put off your English learning. You want to be drawn to it, right? This strategy will allow you to learn and improve English while studying everything in context and connecting with other real people. So before I tell you about the strategy and how to do it, I want to warn you and say what I'm about to share is nothing groundbreaking. In fact, hopefully you're doing it already, okay? So I'm gonna make this quick. I don't wanna waste your time, but I do wanna share this strategy, especially for students that aren't using it. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna use social media. Why? Because we know that social media is addicting, right? So great, we're gonna use this to our advantage. Instead of scrolling through social media, watching tons of videos and posts in your native language, you have to create an account on a platform that is going to be your English only account, okay? And everyone that you follow there is going to be an English speaker. All the content is going to be in English. It's going to be about things that you already are interested in, your hobbies, things you enjoy, things you want to learn more about, okay? Use it also as an educational platform for yourself. And then all you're going to do is use that platform every single day for 5 minutes in English. You get to scroll through the posts, you get to watch the videos, but here's the thing. Don't just consume, okay? Don't just consume. Also interact with people. Post in the comments, send direct messages. You get to use your English actively, and you never know what this is going to lead to. It can actually lead to real relationships, real interesting conversations and interactions, and then eventually you can take it a step further and become a creator. Why not? One of the best things you can actually do for your English is begin creating with your English. Now, you don't have to put a ton of pressure on yourself to get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, although it could lead to that in the future. You never know. But just by creating content in English, even if it's for yourself or the 5 friends who follow you, okay, it's a fun way to use your English. And when we create in English, we're actually using different parts of our brain, and those parts of our brain are important for producing the language. And the more you produce the language and create with the language, your brain is going to make those connections so that it's easier for you to speak, share your ideas, connect with other people. In the beginning, I'm sure it's going to feel hard and difficult and overwhelming, but you push through that. Here's a story. Back in 2015, when I started creating content, I actually started on Instagram and I posted every single day for 6 months, I think. And I was running my own experiment. I was trying to figure out okay, how do people post on social media? And what do people post? And how do you get people to interact with you? And so I just promised myself that I was going to post every single day, and I did it for 6 months. I used to make quotes, and then I would write about that quote in the description, and it turned into a really cool project, almost like a journal or a diary or something that I used where I would share some of my deepest thoughts. And I ended up getting, 9,000 followers or something like that. And people would leave really nice comments on my work. And I was able to connect with a lot of people and even make friends through doing this project. And ultimately, I learned a lot about social media that later helped me in the work that I do now. And through all of that, I also got better at writing because I was writing every day. I got better at sharing my ideas because I was sharing them every day. And I got better at explaining things logically. I would try to take a big idea, but explain it with as few words as I could. And it really helped me become a better, sharper thinker. So you could do something very similar eventually, right? You could create videos in English. Maybe you know a lot about a certain subject and you can create videos about that and share it with people. And if you're using Instagram, for example, you can put hashtags in the comments so that video will go to the communities that are using those hashtags, and you can connect with more people that consume and make that type of content. Okay, now I know that this can sound really overwhelming, but I want to say just start. If you don't already have a profile that you use for English only content, make that today and make it your mission to find people that you can follow, that you can connect with in English, because we know social media is addicting, but we don't have to let it consume our lives in a bad way. We can take advantage of the fact that it is addicting and actually use it for language learning purposes. Okay, now a couple more tips here. When you're using this method and you are consuming content in English, if you come across a word that you've never seen before that you'd like to look up and see it and hear it in context, I highly recommend that you look it up on youglish.com. Hopefully you already know about this website. It allows you to hear words in context and listen to multiple clips so that you can really start to understand how this word is used and how it should sound in English. And when you come across things that you don't understand, like slang or idioms or a certain grammar structure, go ahead and take that and talk to ChatGPT about it, okay? Go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I found this thing, I'm reading it, I'm learning English, I don't quite understand why this person said this or said it like that. What does this mean in this context? Can you help me with it? ChatGPT is amazing. If you're not already using it, it will give you the answers that you're looking for very, very quickly. And I use it all the time. I don't even know when this happened. I think I started a couple years ago, and now I use it every single day. For every single question that I would be Googling, I am now asking ChatGPT because I get the answer so much faster, and it also goes really in depth in whatever I want to know. And if I have a follow-up question, I can just ask ChatGPT. I don't have to do a completely different search. And I'm not bombarded with irrelevant information that I'm not asking for. So I'm able to learn what I want to learn and need to learn as I want and need to learn it. So I think it's amazing. It's also quite scary what is happening with AI and what it's going to allow people to do for the future. But that is a different conversation for another time. The last thing that I want to say is that I also have a guide on my website for using social media to connect with native English speakers. So if you're interested in connecting with native English speakers and practicing your English with us, then I highly recommend you get this guide and you read it because it's going to give you some really good ideas on how to do this. And here are some platforms that I think would be really easy to start with. Instagram. Why? Because there are so many posts and videos on Instagram. There are so many English speakers that use Instagram, millions of people. There are tight-knit communities already created around certain topics, and there's really great, interesting content that is well done and ready for you to consume and learn with. So Instagram is great. TikTok is also very interesting. I find that people on TikTok are very real. They're very I don't know. If you haven't used TikTok, you just have to try it and train that algorithm to give you the content you want to see. And by the way that we train an algorithm is by what we watch and consume. So if you don't like something, scroll away. Okay. The faster you do it, the faster you tell the platform, hey, I don't want this, and it will try something else and eventually figure out what you like and don't like. And the final platform that I recommend is Reddit. I think Reddit is so interesting. Reddit is a platform that has online forums, communities of people that are sharing information, questions, answering questions, but they're doing it all anonymously. So again, people are very real and they write the way that they speak. So the things that you read, you just feel like you're a fly on the wall listening to some of the most interesting conversations and getting to hear different perspectives all at once. It is very entertaining and full of really great vocabulary. And once you use Reddit a little bit and sort of figure out how it works, then you can very quickly start participating in these communities, sharing your own responses to questions and situations that people bring up and sharing your own opinions. And again, it's a really great way for you to share your own ideas in English and practice producing the language. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you try these strategies because they are really effective. Now, if you have a little bit more time than 5 minutes a day to work on your English, then I want to encourage you to sign up on my website at englishfulltime.com so that you get notifications when we have open enrollment for our different courses. I run several different courses, live programs to help English learners really advance their English. And I don't usually make announcements here on YouTube when we have programs open for enrollment. So if you want to be in the know and be notified when enrollment is open, you have to be on our email list. Okay, so that's it. I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.